Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KitBadger.com, out here for another first look at some new stuff I just got in from Prometheus Design Works, as well as Premier Body Armor. If you are unfamiliar with Prometheus Design Works, they're a small company located over I guess in the Bay Area, California, and pretty amazing designs, whether it's textiles, actually this jacket right here, as well as these pants, all kinds of really cool, kind of technical outdoor apparel, as well as other gear. And one thing I will say that is kind of unique about them, they basically make batches or runs of things. So by way of example, I have a pair of pants, awesome Raider softshell pants, bought them like 2 years ago. And while they've continued to make Raider pants, it wasn't until this year, about 2 years later, they actually made another pair that was actually soft shell. So making things as a small company in batches, basically end up with something that comes out. They will make a batch of it. When it sells out, it'll kind of get shelved for a little while, then usually come back with some little tweaks, whether it's material or something else. So by way of example, DA soft shell hoodie version 2. I don't think they made this for last year or so, but eventually they'll probably have another one. Don't know what's in here, so we're gonna find out together. But yeah, all that to say, they make some pretty cool stuff, even if it's kind of smaller batches. So we have this, which is not something to wear. I believe, very cool. It's basically a big bag. I believe it's an insulated bag. This thing feels super bomb-proof. They make a lot of kind of everyday carry slash overlandish adventure type stuff, to include, it looks like this right here, which is basically a super ruggedized version of, I don't remember the nomenclature for their other bag, but basically a bag that you can pretty much put whatever in. The other one I have is just like, it's a heavy canvas, and go grocery shopping, do whatever. Not that you couldn't go with this, but this one looks like it is super overbuilt and probably waterproof. So take another look at this in a second, but there's also in here this, not sure. Ah, very cool. Whether it's me or having 2 children, can always use water bottles. Nice. And they have their SPD division, or SPD stuff, Special Project Division, which has a Kraken, and this is said logo. So looks like a insulated water bottle, as well as this pretty awesome bag. And before we kind of look a little more at that, let's see what Premier sent. Next, from Premier Body Armor, I have a very good idea what is in here. Not to say I can't still be surprised, but if you're unfamiliar, Premier Body Armor makes a lot of different types of armor, whether it's actual hard plates, things along those lines, or soft armor. And to the end of soft armor, we have these right here, which is, this model of armor has been tested to the NIJ standard, a lot of different numbers, at a laboratory approved by blah, blah, blah. Basically, one of the things they make, which is pretty cool, is 3A panels. So if you're unfamiliar with kind of the scaling of body armor, 3A basically stops pretty much all of your pistol rounds. And then when you get into like level 3, like plates, that'll stop a fair amount of rifle rounds, to include some 5.56, stuff like that. And then when you get into like level 4, or I guess in between there, there's also level 4 in conjunction with. So some armored plates are rated for things in conjunction with a level 3 panel. Or then you also have level 4 standalone, which on a top end will stop apparently 30-06 armor piercing, which I'll be honest, I don't know how many people are shooting 30-06 armor piercing, but you'll be safe from it. You still probably break ribs, but whatever. At any rate, one of the things they make is actual backpack inserts. And while they make a bunch of really specifically cut inserts for different backpacks, whether they're like Vertex bags or 511 bags, things along those lines, they also have just kind of their vanilla, what do they word this? It says somewhere in here, but basically standard cut, whether it's large or small. So you can go ahead and just get the armor a la carte and hopefully find a backpack it will fit in. So right here, I actually have a couple backpacks. This one right here by X Block Design, I believe it is. Pretty cool backpack. In part, just the material, actually made for carrying a gun. So you actually have these kind of like tie downs in here. And now that I'm looking at this, I guess can't pull that panel out, but I think size-wise, it might be good there. Yeah, it actually fits. And these will probably go around it, these tie downs, and it's actually pretty ingenious kind of buckle. Has a quick tab pull, so you can go ahead and put your long gun, which you made short, in here, and basically you pull this and it releases it. So when you're carrying it, it's not bouncing around. But yeah, it looks like that will fit in there. I also have another backpack, which I might as well try right now. This one actually by Prometheus Design Works. I've reviewed it before. Pretty cool backpack. And this one has one panel that comes out, got a bunch of med gear in there, but it also has a water bladder or a pocket for a water bladder. And so dimensionally, we might be in luck here too. Oh, pretty close, a little bit tight. Huh? Yeah, actually fits really good. Yeah, so this one obviously fits in there. These being 11 by 16.5 inch as far as the dimensions on these. And then of course, because this actually has this water bladder holder, I still have access to the Werx, lost a pin or a Kim light in case I have a rave out here. But still have obviously access to the rest of my pack without really eating up too much internal space. So now I'm gonna put this thing on, pretty much bulletproof, at least for this footprint on my back as I wear my backpack. As I had mentioned, give you a quick kind of virtual tour of this bag real quick. You can check it out. Obviously, a lot of room inside of it, and then pretty much just overbuilt all around. I imagine you could really, really abuse this thing and it will keep going for years, which there's something to be said for that, especially when you make an investment in well-made, high-quality stuff made here in the US. As far as these body armor panels, yes, I have two of them. One of them is most certainly going to end up getting shot up, and yeah, when I'm seeing what this thing will withstand. But I'm actually pretty excited about kind of setting up some backpacks for kind of everyday carry, to include carrying weapons and stuff off body. And I think being able to incorporate ballistic protection into that, I think is really cool. So as I end up ultimately spending more time with all this stuff here, I will end up getting back to you guys and bringing you a full review. But yeah, pretty excited to put in some time with this stuff. And as always, thanks for joining us at KitBadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.